because it's cold. It is frosty. I saw a lot of white. The grass looked white, you know.
Frosted over.
Frosted over. Takes like a little slushy.
My
on the
car
lawn.
was completely frozen over. Of course, I go to work like super early in the morning.
yeah.
How was your car when you were heading in this
Well,
morning?
thank goodness it's in the garage.
Okay.
But
That makes a big difference.
Yeah, it really does. Because
Yeah.
then the other car is in the driveway and
I
it's
was
frosty.
frozen,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
Greg's was not, and I was like, we should have swapped.
Oh,
He didn't have
yeah.
anywhere to go today.
True.
I have somewhere to go today.
Yeah.
we should have
True.
swapped.
And especially when you're in a rush and you're like heading out the door, you're like, what? My
Right.
car's
What? My
frozen
car's
over? What in the world?
Can't punch it. Don't punch the
No,
car,
yeah.
right? You know,
Yeah.
so
Sit there.
you gotta sit and wait.
It's like
sit there in the
freezing.
cold.
Yeah.
Yes.
But we survived,
we did. And at
so will
least it's
you.
beautiful now.
and it's beautiful now. The sun
Slowly
is out.
warming up.
Yes.
So let's get to it. I want to start with a couple of our camera shots. I've loved looking and seeing what's going on across the Carolinas. It's been beautiful there in Boone, Blowing Rock. I've seen a lot of frosted cars driving by. But look at all the people already up early this morning out at Beach Mountain. All the skiers and snowboarders geared up, ready for a good day up in the mountains with lots of snowfall on the way. So, of course, we're starting a new week. We want to focus on, of course, the frosty start to the day, sunny skies, though. And then we are watching what is next. And we are potentially looking at a weekend storm system that could bring some big time winter impacts. We're going to first focus on the cold temperatures, and then we'll talk about potentially a little snow. So these are our low temperatures this morning. 25 here in Charlotte, 19 up in Boone and Jefferson, about 18 degrees there in Blowing Rock. By this point, we're slowly starting to warm up with temperatures mainly into the 20s, but once you add in a little wind up there in the mountains, it is cold, feeling like you're in the single digits. So if you're somebody who likes to wake up, you like to go outside, get some morning sunlight, some fresh air, definitely keep those layers handy. Now, comparing the last couple of days, I mean, we had a pretty nice weekend. Yesterday, 50 degrees is where we topped off. It cleared out really nicely late in the day yesterday. But today, 48 degrees is where we're topping off. So, a bit cooler as we're heading into our Monday. However, lots of sunshine, which will be nice. It's always nice to start the new week with sunny skies on the way. Sunny skies this morning. I suspect that we're going to be holding on to that even into the afternoon, and clear skies will settle in even throughout the overnight hours. National Weather Service still has cold weather alerts in place. This will be for tonight until Tuesday morning. So Ashe, Watauga, Avery counties, we're really keeping a close eye on you. That's where we are expecting those wind chills overnight and into Tuesday to drop down to 10 below zero. So again, dangerously cold temperatures, feel like temperatures, what it will actually feel like on your skin as you're heading out the door tomorrow. So with that being said, always just limit exposed skin. If you work outside in the elements, you're not going to want to, have a lot of exposed skin out there. Tomorrow's going to be one of those days where you need the heavy winter coat, the gloves, the hat, the scarves, and of course tomorrow the kids will be heading back to school. So a chilly bust out forecast. Good reminder for tonight is that you might want to have your faucet dripping throughout the overnight hours so you don't have those frozen pipes, especially if you live in an older house. Temperatures will be dropping back down into the 20s and we'll be locked in there for several hours in a row. So I would plan to do that and expect a frosty start to the day tomorrow as well. Mountains, let's take you up into the mountains. This is going to be for tomorrow. So what it's actually going to feel like heading out the door. Sub-zero feel like temperatures. So again, we could get as low as -10, but most of us will be around -4, -5 early in the morning. So another just dangerously cold start to the day. But again, the silver lining is the next few days it is going to be beautiful with a lot of sunshine. Little deceiving though, because then once you step outside it does not feel great whatsoever. Futurecast, this is going to be Tuesday at 10 o'clock in the morning. Most of us feeling like we're still below freezing, and then just dangerously cold, bitterly cold up in the mountain location. So be ready for that. A big reason for that is because of the wind. So when we talk about our feel like temperatures, we have the combination of cold air, and then you add the wind on top of it, and then this is what it will feel like. So heading into tonight, still in the mountains, those feel like temperatures are going to significantly drop. And look at those winds. I mean, the winds will be moving in from the northwest, gusting up to around 35 miles an hour. So that's truly the reasoning for it. Even waking up and heading out the door on Tuesday, those winds in and around Charlotte, really not too bad, pretty calm overall. But once we're looking up at the mountains, still holding on to breezy conditions. So With that being said, I think in the mountains, probably not seeing a lot of frost because of the wind. Here in Charlotte, though, probably a little frosty. However, I would be surprised if it's as thick as the frost is as thick as what we saw this morning. Now, let's talk about this weekend because, of course, over this last weekend, we were watching that storm system that brought in some wintry mix for some of our areas here, and then, of course, even some snow across the south. But now we're gearing up for another storm system. So let's just go over the details as to what we know now. Possible winter storm system moving in this weekend. Potential widespread ice and snow. Right now, of course, you guys know how it goes. It's too early to be telling you those specifics as to how much snow or ice that we could get, and especially we don't know the exact timing of it. So it's going to be one of those forecasts where you got to check in with us every day because each day we learn more and more about these storm systems as they're developing and as they're getting closer. So 5 to 7 days out, that's where we are right now. So trends right now, are they going up or are they going down? This is kind of our verbiage and how we walk you through these storm systems. Right now, it seems like 5 to 7 days out, things are actually going up when it comes to this winter weather storm system. Now, as we progress throughout our week, we're going to start out with just those chilly conditions, sunny skies. And then Futurecast, this is long range, so of course it doesn't give you the best idea specifics because that's just not how it works. It's too far out. But it does give you a pretty good overall perspective as to what's coming. Friday, we're starting to see some moisture move back into the area. By that point, it looks like it's just rain. But notice on Saturday, that's when our models are starting to indicate that this could be more than just rain. Potentially a rain-snow mix. That's what that pink is indicating, that wintry mix, even some sleet, some ice, and yes, some snow mixed in with that as well. And then notice just to the north of us, the blue, that's indicating just that widespread snow. So that's showing at 10 o'clock on Saturday. And then notice as we progress throughout the late evening hours and into Sunday, we're starting to tap into some of that blue. So potentially seeing a transition from that wintry mix into some possible snowfall. And I will say what we're already seeing this week looks much more impressive than what we were seeing last weekend. Last weekend it was yes, very I mean, there was a lot of different factors with that too, but I mean, it never looked like this where it was going to be so widespread. So we're already several days out, so this is giving us some good indication. Then here's Sunday at 9 o'clock. So this could be ongoing for hours where we have all the ingredients in place. The cold air, for sure. We're going to see that big dip in our jet stream, allowing all that cold northerly air to settle in, but then also the moisture. So now it's a matter of, is it going to continue as we get closer and closer? Are the models going to hold together? And will there be enough moisture to actually make it to the ground all the way through? So right now we're just about 5 to 7 days out, just letting you know, giving you a heads up that this is what we're looking at right now. Quiet start to the week, but preparing you potentially for a winter snowstorm across the south. Right now, models are showing two different things, like they typically do. One scenario is saying ice is more likely, which is the worst. Nobody likes ice at all. Second scenario is showing that snow is actually more likely. So this is just an important thing to look at. Of course, we always come in early in the morning and we're always looking at models to see the agreement. Are all of them agreeing on the same thing? Do they have similar timing? Are they, estimating a similar precipitation that's going to be coming down? Or what are we actually saying? And of course, right now, not exactly the same, but we know that there will be cold air in place and that there will be moisture in place. Here's the Jerry Hunt Supercenter 7-day forecast. So a few things to point out here. 48 degrees for our high temperature today. It is going to be beautiful, slightly below our average high, though. We should be about 52 degrees. 23 degrees overnight tonight, so another chilly one, another frosty start to our Tuesday. Tomorrow's going to get even a couple of degrees cooler, high of only 46. Then heading into Wednesday and Thursday, temperatures start to climb just a bit more. I think Thursday's going to be really a nice day when it comes to the warmer conditions, almost 60 degrees there on Thursday. So notice we're dry throughout the majority of our new work week. It's not until this upcoming weekend that this is going to be a tricky weather pattern again. Friday right now, it looks like lower 50s, cloudy skies, and just your normal rain. But then it starts to transition sometime between Saturday morning and Saturday afternoon to that wintry mix of rain, snow, sleet, all the things. But we're just curious, how far south will it actually start to snow? Again, I just showed you in our models. Seems like we could get some snow heading into Saturday and Sunday. And comparing the two again, I mean, last weekend's storm system, it did bring some impacts across the south, not necessarily here in Charlotte. Some people in our viewing area got a few snow flurries, but the overall impacts, we were confident that were going to be none to zero, you know, and this one, it already seems like it's going to be a bit different.
More than none to zero.
Yeah. That's
Nothing like this, though, Michigan.
Let's see. Oh my, look at
the flags blowing. They got snow in their parking lot.
That looks like a bad time.
Satellite. Oh.
That is like zero visibility too.
Yeah.
You can see it's like blizzard-like almost with the wind, the snow.
Traverse City?
Traverse or
Traverse City?
Traverse.
Traverse City?
Traverse is the car.
Traverse is the car.
So then the other one is
Traverse.
Traverse. Yeah.
We're not Michigan. We're not
Michiganites.
so we don't know. But this is.
But this is what they're dealing with over there.
Brr, that just looks cold.
All right, so we'll take the 20s, 40s sunshine.
Yeah.
While we can.
Definitely.
All right. Well, that's a start to the Monday.
I think so. We'll ease everyone into things.
Yeah.
Get you ready. Sunny skies, everything will be fine. I do think the drip on your faucet is important because sometimes people just forget, especially in old houses. I lived in an old house and we forgot to drip our faucets growing up and it got really cold, but our pipes busted.
Oh, they did.
Like 2 different times and it just like flooded our house. So then we had to go, you know, like stay in a hotel for a while. Yeah. And I was young. I was like, this is great. I felt like I was living off of like the sweet life of Zach and Cody where they lived in the hotel.
Yes.
Remember? I was like, oh, this is great. I get a pool. I get breakfast. You don't really want that to happen.
No.
My mom's like, this is not great.
Yeah. We're paying for all of this.
Yes. This is awful.
Yeah. All right. Majestic Storm, thank you for that. We're going to ease in through this week.
Absolutely.
And a happy Monday to everybody.